Yo, listen.
Yeah. That 806 The Show episode come out.
We here. Yo, what's good? It's the 806 Show. It's your boy Jiggy.
Dímelo, Jesse.
Are you tired of these whack radio commercials?
Go.
Hey, this is Evelyn, and you're tuning in to the 806 Show.
Shout out 806 The Show.
Talk to me nice.
Tune in every Thursday to the 806 Show.
Yo, 806 The Show.
Shout out to 806 The Show.
At the 806 Show.
806 The Show.
Hey, this is Sol Maria. You're now listening to 806 The Show. Survive. Yeah.
Yo, listen.
You are now tuned to 806.
Survive.
Email, man, you already know what it is. It's your boy Melly Mellon. This is the best damn sports podcast, period. This is 806 The Show. We got a great episode for y'all today. We got a
let's go.
local Lynn legend in the building with us.
Hell yeah, let's get it.
But before we introduce him, the co-host, my co-host to the left, is here on time and awake. And honestly, that's more than I could ask for. Make some noise for R.E.G.
I had to get it together.
Sleepyhead over here. Thank you, appreciate it.
My bad.
And as you can see, our co-host looks a little different than usual.
That's
Brought in the sixth man again.
That's Sanchez.
That is Sanchez. Well, he took the braids out, right?
Yeah, he took the
Took
braids
the glasses on.
Yeah.
Got himself a little more swag.
The legend.
Make some noise for Harold. Thank you for joining us, Harold.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. And our special guest,
Let's go.
one of the best fighters to ever come out of the city of Sin Lynn, Massachusetts.
Let's go.
Kyrie.
Let's go.
TNT.
Let's go.
God, make some noise.
Welcome, man.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. You ain't hot in that North Face, bro?
Nah, we good, bro. I'm cutting weight right now, so I'm cold.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Oh, we'll get into that, because as we said before, we're not good at cutting any weight. Any weight at all. All right. So before we're going to go through your boxing career. We'll go through how you started and all that. But before that,
Survive.
it's a pretty big fight coming up this weekend.
Yeah, big fight.
I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
Feel excited.
Tank.
Yeah.
It's fine. Pretty boy Ryan Garcia. I don't think that's his nickname, but to me, that's his, right? This is what is his nickname?
Survive.
I don't even
King
know.
Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
King Ryan.
It's King
King
Ryan.
Ryan. Yeah, it's a little.
No, that's fire, though. I fucks with him. Have
You do?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What do you mean?
Something about him is just like it's like a little kid trying to fight. I don't know. It's just something.
And that's the thing that Tank said. Tank said, we gonna really see if you are who you say you are.
If you a man to man, because like I haven't kept track too much of their careers, but I can't really remember any big fighter that Ryan Garcia has fought. Anybody like that notable that I was just like, oh, that's a good dub. You know what I mean? That's
He fought Luke Campbell. He got dropped. He came up, fought a good fight, and he beat it. He fought Javier Fortuna. He got a couple good names. He don't got the resume Tank got, but he got some good names. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go around. Obviously, we'll get our predictions. And if my memory serves me right, you are attending this fight, right?
Yep. I'll be there. I'm leaving to Vegas tomorrow.
Oh, that's dope.
Is this your first time in Vegas for a big fight?
Nah, I was there 2012 for Mayweather Cotto. I was there
That was a good fight.
2015 Mayweather Pacquiao.
Oh, damn. You went to some good ones.
2017 Mayweather McGregor.
Okay.
So, how do you get to go to all these damn fights? Like, it's just you know the right people, obviously, because you're in the sport, or
so just through boxing, it's a small world. You know what I mean? People think it's this huge thing, but it's a small world. That's why me from Lynn, Massachusetts, able to go to Vegas, meet
awesome.
Floyd and stuff like that. So, yeah, boxing's a small world. So I had a couple friends that was signed to Floyd, and
shout out the money team.
yeah, for sure. So
Seen him in Miami. He was at the Heat game.
yeah, he's always in Miami. But, yeah, I had a couple friends that was signed to Floyd, and back in 2012, we linked up off of social media.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, what up? Like what you doing? Respect what you doing. Hey, can I come to Vegas? Yeah, he living with his mom. So he's like, yeah, let me ask my mom. Yeah, my mom said no. We don't know who you are. Like, yo, tell her straight. So I'm like, either way, I'm going. So I ended up about to get a hotel on my way to the airport, my man's like, yo, you get a hotel yet? I'm like, nah. He's like, my mom said you can stay with us. I'm like, all right, bet. So I threw a couple dollars just to let her know it's straight, you know?
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, so just networking and knowing people.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, before we get into the big fight, I always like, what is it like? What is the experience of a Vegas fight? Because I've been to Vegas, but never done like a fight weekend. Because I know Memorial Day weekend is a big weekend in Vegas. That's always packed, but I can't compare to a fight night weekend.
It's like, for me, it's like Christmas. Because I'm in that, I'm a boxer, I mean, so when I go to a fight and you see all your favorite celebrities, like, you know what I mean, you get to see Meek Mill. He's right there walking amongst us, like, you know what I mean, like, it ain't Meek Mill, it's just another person, but it's Meek, you know what I mean? You see everybody you see on TV that you've never seen, they're at fight week, you know what I mean? So
Front row, too.
yeah, bro.
That's just dope.
It's beautiful, bro. It's beautiful. Good vibe. It's fight week. There's a lot of tension in the air.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're going to get, but you know there's going to be excitement. You can feel it.
All right. Speaking of tension, I know we're going off script, but when you say you've gone to a Floyd Mayweather vs. Pacquiao fight, I can't just skip over that.
So I was there for the whole month he trained. So I was there for a month I went running with him, actually.
Floyd.
Yeah, I went running with him.
Okay.
He left me, though. But
That boy, people. I don't think people understand how hard Floyd was. Like, motherfucker works out 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, go to strip club, come back, run again, 6 miles. That type of time. How was that? Like,
it was crazy. So I was there for a month, living with my man Kevin Newman. Shout out to Kevin Newman. It was beautiful, bro. Floyd, different animal that I've ever seen. Just he you can see why he's 50-0.
Yeah,
I mean, he put in work. He don't mess around. Works hard. All type of celebrities come to the gym. I remember there was one day specifically. He always worked out hard, but there was just one day he worked out extra hard, and that's because Rick Ross was in the gym.
okay, big boss.
And Rick Ross came through, and Floyd go, "Who the f- smoking in my gym?" and he says it while he's training. He stops. Who the f- smoking in my gym?
Everybody just.
And when Floyd speak, you stop.
Of course, yeah.
So nobody was smoking. It was Rick Ross that came through smelling like smoke.
Oh, yeah.
So when he found out it was Rick Ross, he was like, "Oh, nah, he's straight." And then he turned up, man. He just was training nonstop. Hit the bag for an hour. Hit the pads 10 rounds. Speed back. Yo, he's a beast, bro. Jump rope. He's a monster.
That's crazy.
And then he got out and ran. And that's when I got to go running with him. He had a hoodie on, thermal, winter hat.
Vegas too. 105.
In April, about to go to May. So, yeah, bro. He's a beast, bro.
That's crazy. Last time I was in Vegas, it was when he had just retired, and everything was like Mayweather. You remember? It was like
Yeah, like a museum and everything like that.
Yeah, like it was like a museum and all this extra stuff. But I wish
at the MGM Grand?
Yeah. I wish
They
I
got
would
all
have
his
seen
uniforms, right?
Yeah. So I wish I would have been able to see something in his career.
Quickly on that fight before we go back to Tank Garcia, because that was, I can't think of a bigger fight. The Pacquiao Mayweather, maybe it was a few years
Yeah, we were waiting for that
where we
for
wanted to
mad
see
long.
it, but still, I remember a lot of people had Pacquiao on it. You're a dummy to ever bet against Mayweather to me. Like,
I was always a big Mayweather fan.
But like, what was the tension in that?
I'll tell you this: it was something I never expected. Because Floyd's he's from Vegas.
Yeah,
He's from Michigan, but his whole career been in Vegas. He lived in Vegas over 20 years.
Yeah.
Now, he's a United States Olympian.
Mm-hmm.
He won bronze medal, so he represents United States. We're in Vegas, United States.
Yeah.
When Pacquiao come in, everybody cheered. Everybody cheered loud, bro. It was loud. When Floyd came out, everybody booed him.
Crazy.
I said, damn, that's crazy. Like, he's from here. This dude from the Philippines. It ain't nothing against the Philippines, but when, you know what I mean? And I was like, yo, something's going on. Like, it just don't feel right. Like, it just don't feel right. The whole weekend, like Friday, Saturday, the Friday to the weigh-in, and then that Saturday morning leading up to that fight later on, it just didn't feel right. I'm like, they're going to jerk Floyd. Like, something's going to happen. They're going to take his O away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he made sure that didn't happen.
Oh, he definitely
you know
did.
I mean? But it just didn't feel right. For me, it just felt like Pacquiao was favored.
He was definitely like hated on a lot. Like,
they booed him. It was crazy. Like they booed him.
I don't know if it was like his his arrogance at one point, his shit talking or whatever.
You want to see the
I like.
You want to see David and Goliath. You want to see Goliath lose. That's what people want to see. Because I'm assuming, I don't remember the odds or anything, but I'm assuming Mayweather was favored in the fight. So I figured that.
Yeah, I don't know the odds, but it was just a different vibe. The vibe felt funny. It just didn't feel right. I said it. I don't know about tonight. Tonight don't feel right. I'm a big Floyd fan. I've been watching Floyd since I was probably about 14, 15 years old. So my mom used to always buy me the pay-per-views. So for me to be able to get out there and go, it was like
come true.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Lessons, right?
Quick predictions, and then we'll move on. Tank Garcia. I mean, I don't think anybody would. Do you have Garcia?
I got Garcia.
Do you really?
Yeah, I really fucks with him.
Really?
Yeah, man. He hit hard, man. He's undefeated, right? Or like,
Yeah, he's 24 now.
Maybe it's just the pause, the pretty face. I mean, he has that hook. Yeah, he's fat. Hands are fast as fuck.
both of them are. Both of them, like,
You know what it reminds me is like a battle of two classes, like hood against. I don't know a lot of Garcia's background, but I felt like it's
he's like
streets
Hispanic,
versus,
but
like,
he don't speak Spanish.
You know what I mean? Like it's like Drake versus like Kendrick Lamar.
I feel like it's. I don't want to say Ryan was born with a silver spoon. I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah.
But Tank come from the trenches for real. I went to Baltimore. I just came back from Baltimore before I had this fight lined up, and the place is different, bro. It's not like any other place I've ever been. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And I feel like Tank he represents us, like the underdogs.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, he don't represent that. He ain't like other fighters that born for this. You know what I mean? He was just a kid who come from a broken home. He didn't have much, and his outlet was boxing. And he just he pushed it to the max, and that's where he's at now.
Yeah.
But I feel, not to cut you off, I feel Tank's gonna stop him, and I say a 10th round.
I hope it's a long fight.
I hope so too. Like, I hope it's not some.
I know it's gonna be like a war. Like, it's gonna be like one of those fights that you like haven't. I haven't seen. There hasn't been fights like that in a while. That I've been this much anticipation behind it. Like,
the big one. It's definitely a big one. I got Tank in whatever round he feels like finishing it. It doesn't matter to me. But so obviously this is one of the biggest fights in a while. But
yeah, since like
with boxing, I feel like obviously boxing is not as popular as it was 20, 25 years ago.
It's getting back though.
It is getting back with these fights and big fights. Now we have MMA, which is. You know what I mean? One of the most popular sports and probably the fastest rising sports ever or going on right now. So my question is like, can they both be like, can boxing never get back to what it was? We'll talk about Tyson era where like the heavyweight champion of the world was like the biggest celebrity in the world. If people remember the back in the day. Now, do you know who the heavyweight champion? I know there's like 17 different belts, but do you know the heavyweight champion? No.
Exactly. And you said it. 17 different belts. So what boxing has to do to get back to where it was at, look what the MMA is doing, or UFC is doing. There's one belt for one division, right? Yeah. There ain't WBC, WB. There's all different type of belts for, there's Devin Haney holds all the belts at 135. You know what I mean?
Right.
We need to eliminate all that, make it one belt so we know who one champion is. You could have a belt, you could have a belt, you could have a belt, and I got a belt. Who's the champ?
Same weight class.
Yeah, I mean, it's just different sanctioning bodies that hold the belt. So what the boxing needs to do is make one belt and make the best fight the best.
Right.
And that's what the UFC does. The top fighters fight the top fighters, and that's why it's so.
And you have no other choice. You gotta fight.
People are willing to go pay and travel to these fights when there's best fighting the best. Look at me. I'm willing to go travel and fight and watch C. Ryan because it's the best fighting the best right now. You know what I mean? It ain't. Oversaturated. It ain't. I mean, this is their time right now.
Right.
So that's what boxing needs to do.
Yeah, but and then again, we got to see the fights we want to see, not 5 years later.
Yeah.
I know, not battling. It's a business.
No, right.
At the end of the day, it's a business, and people want to make their money. And unfortunately, maybe back in the 70s and 80s, people were more worried about winning than really like
the art of it.
Because that's why with the Ryan Garcia thing, I don't know. I think he's like chasing the check a little bit. Like he knows this is what's gonna make money. I don't know if he wants to win as bad as Tank does. That's in my opinion. I might be wrong. I don't know the guy obviously, but I feel like Ryan's like, oh, I know this is my check. Ryan's thinking, oh, this is my check. Tank's like, oh, this is my fight I've been waiting for. And Ryan's like, this is the check I've been waiting for.
Yeah. Nah, I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know. You could be right. I don't see it that way. How I see it is Ryan been calling Tank out for a few years now.
True.
He's been calling him out. No, I mean, Tank wasn't calling. Tank, not that Tank was worried about him, he just wasn't thinking about him. So, like Calvin Ford said, they asked Calvin, you got any worries about Ryan? This is Tank's coach. You got any worries about Ryan? He said, I ain't got no real worries about the fight. He goes, I'm only worried is why you been calling him out so long? Like, what do you feel like in your heart that you can get him? Like, why has this been on your heart so much? Right. So he's like, that's the only thing I'm thinking about. Worried, not worried, but that's the only thing that's on my mind is why you been wanting him so bad. And I think they sparred before. I think
I seen something like that too.
Yeah, I think I heard something.
They were just on live, and they both bet
at the purse.
The purse.
So is that just talk, or could they actually do that?
They could do that. They got to make their own. They got to make up their own personal contract for that. I believe they would have to. I mean, you could be a gentleman handshake and be like, "Hey, you said what you said."
No, right.
But
he mentioned a contract.
If he really,
we can make
you know what I mean?
A little contract.
I don't know if they'll do that because they're not fighting for nothing. There's no belt on the line. Yeah. There's nothing besides bragging rights, and a check. So if you bet the whole check, you get nothing besides a L. I mean, like one of them.
Imagine that.
You get nothing besides a L. So,
but I think if this goes the distance, there's a sequel to this fight. Like, you know what I mean?
There's no way this going the distance.
You don't think so?
There's no way. I mean, somebody's gonna have to. In order for it to go the distance, Ryan's gonna have to run, move, and try to just survive. Yeah. Tank is just gonna have to run, move, survive. I don't see them either one of them doing it. I see them both going for it.
All right.
I mean, I know Tank is going for it. For sure, he's going for it. Now let's see if Ryan's gonna go for it, and if he don't, Tank's gonna clip him.
Well, we'll find out. By the time this episode comes out, we'll know whether we were wrong, right or wrong. So, all right, before we move on to your past and when you started fighting, I like to ask any boxers we have on here about obviously like the Jake Pauls and the internet fighting and the like these random celebs.
Blue face out here.
Yeah, everybody boxing. As a professional boxer, how do you feel about people like Jake Paul, who's obviously never did the amateur tournaments, never did any of the Golden Gloves, anything like that. They kind of just skipped all the way. So I'd feel a little salty if it was me. Like, damn, bro, I've been working my ass off since I was 10 years old. Right. And then you out here just because you famous can just go in the ring and make pay-per-view money.
I'm about to be a boxer.
Yeah. No, you're right what you said. You get salty because you dedicate a lot of your life, a lot of your childhood, a lot of the young years of your life where, a lot of the kids played school sports or Pop Warner sports, and you secluded yourself and you went to a solo sport like boxing where you just, it's behind the scenes. Nobody's putting their kid in boxing. So it sucks when you see someone like Jake Paul, but it shows you if you got the money behind you, you could do anything.
Right.
Yeah. Especially in boxing. Like, you don't have to be the greatest boxer. If you got that machine behind you, that money, you can go to the top. And Jake Paul showed that. I've been boxing my whole life, bro. Jake Paul is putting in the work now.
All right.
Yeah. He's doing this thing now. I will say he's training. I talked to somebody. My man actually from Vegas told me, he's putting in the work, and he is helping fighters that don't get the opportunities. Yeah. But yeah, it sucks at the beginning when you see it. You're like, come on, man, that's crazy.
Making more money.
Yeah, he made millions, bro. But you know what? He's putting his own money up too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it sucks. You just want you just hope someone like him that's in the position to give somebody like me a shot. Well, not just me, just other people that are like me. Yeah. Just put them in position. Let them, fight. Let them live their dream and just just
fill the card with real boxers and they at the main event be that little.
And he's doing that. But yeah, does it suck? Yeah, you want throw me an M, bro. Let me get an M.
Just give me a shot.
Let me just get an M, bro.
Yeah. Because we had Matt Doherty on, and he said,
"Oh man,
yeah, shout out to Matt, the Mantis."
Yeah, hell yeah.
He said that he, even though the lower level boxing professionals, that Jake Paul wouldn't really have a chance against.
His weight class, I'll fight Jake Paul for sure. But his weight, he's big though. I ain't gonna lie, he's big.
But he's heavyweight?
No.
He's like 190.
Oh, for real?
It's a big boy.
He's big. But I'll definitely fight him for sure. But what was the question though? Lower level boxers?
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, nah, he can't. I mean, I don't know. He might.
At any point, it's a fighting. Yeah,
he could punch.
Yeah, he can hit you.
Look what he did with Tyson Fury's brother. Tyson Fury's brother, he's a legit boxer.
Right.
Probably don't have the experience, but he's a big dude.
Right.
Jake Paul, they went toe to toe.
I know.
So I believe Jake Paul can go with some low level, local guys, prospects coming up, but contenders. Yeah, he could. Right. Could he beat the champions? Nah, he can't be. Look at his next fight. He's fighting Nate Diaz.
Oh yeah.
Why he keep fighting MMA fighters?
Bro?
I don't like that.
He just fought a boxer. Now he's going back to an MMA fight.
They gotta adapt to his shit now.
Because I fucks with Nate Diaz, right?
I like
fucks with him,
Yeah,
but it's like, motherfucker, you better not lose. You know what I mean? Like
he's going to lose.
I think he is.
He's going to lose.
It's crazy because he cuts up so easily.
And he's not a boxer. He's a fighter.
He's gonna get hit.
He's not a boxer, bro. He's a type of guy that got hands in the octagon and he could piece you up real quick, but he's taking you down though. He's gonna grab you. I mean, he can't stay up 12
But he's
rounds.
smart. He knows that's gonna sell tickets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's
Nate Diaz talking shit.
Put his middle finger up at him.
yeah. I fucks with Nate Diaz.
Yeah, facts.
All right. Let's get to you, TNT. So before we get to the nickname, because we're obviously going to ask you where that came from, we have some ideas. Bring us back to the beginning. How did you, like you said, a lot of kids don't do boxing growing up. A lot of us played, rec ball, baseball. How did your path get to boxing?
So, for me, my dad always been into boxing. My dad, big Mike Tyson fan. So boxing has always been on in my household.
Word.
So I remember, my dad watching fights. I can't say I remember Tyson fights, but I do remember HBO boxing would be on, and walk by, watch the fights, whatever. I always liked boxing, but I just wasn't into boxing. So I remember it was around maybe my uncle, my mom's brother, he was going to a gym in Lynn called the Rivera Brothers Boxing. And he was like, "Yo, Kai, come with me to the gym." And I'm like, "Nah, hell no, I ain't going to the boxing." Nah, you ain't gonna have nobody beat me up. He's like, "Nah, it ain't like that. Come to the gym." So I'm like, "Nah, I ain't going." I was always like I always had that in me, like that aggressive.
Yeah.
But I still was like shy, nervous. I mean, I didn't really want to box like that. So I remember one day he asked me. It was like might have been about to be my 13th birthday around that time. He asked me in front of my dad, like, "Yo, Kai, come to the gym with me, bro." My dad's there. My dad looking at me. I'm like, damn, I can't say no in front of my dad.
Put you on the spot. Huh?
Put you on the spot.
So
damn.
I'm like, all right, let's go. So he bring me to the gym. I remember seeing the coach. It was like you walk into the gym, it got this smell like leather, sweat, Vaseline. It just smelled like a smell. So I'm like, I seen the coach named Andy Rivera. Shout out Andy Rivera. He's wearing all white. He got a white tank top. I remember like yesterday, he got a white tank top, white pants, white Air Forces. He got a fade. He's wearing some shades. He's on the phone talking. I'm looking at him like, oh, shit. I just was starstruck. You know what I mean? Like, I was a young kid. So I'm like, he's talking. "Oh, yo, you want to box?" "Yeah." "All right, tell me, get these gloves, get these wraps, get that." I'm like, all right. I remember the speed bag. I started hitting the speed bag, hitting the double M bag, the ball with the two springs on the top. So I'm hitting that. I just felt like I was in Rocky, bro. That's what I remember.
Yeah, I want to know how many boxers
That's what I remember.
come all the way back to why? Where'd you start? Nigga, Rocky, nigga.
Yeah, but that was what I knew about boxing, like Rocky, you know what I mean? So I just remember that feeling. It felt like Rocky, and I remember seeing the coach, and I was just like I said, he was wearing all white, like an angel, bro. And I just remember he had like a glow around him. That's just like the feeling I remember going into a gym for the first time.
Oh shit.
And so I seen him, and I was like, damn. But he was getting ready for his own fight, so he was like in shape. You know what I mean? He was doing whatever he was doing on the phone about the business or whatever he was doing. And I just remember like, damn. So I went back to my dad. My dad brought me, my dad probably brought me the Dick's Sporting Goods. Something brought me some like, some kid gloves, some hand wraps. And I just went to the gym every day. And my grandfather, rest in peace, he passed away. But my grandfather used to pick my Uncle Nate that was going would pick him up at his house. I would meet him at my house, at his house, my grandmother's house, and he'd drive us to the gym every day. Every day he drove us to the gym. It was probably like around 3 o'clock, 3:45. And my uncle just always had me.
In the morning?
Nah, this was in the afternoon after school. So I go to school.
Gotcha.
Go to my grandmother's house. My grandfather would be there, pick us up. We go to the gym. And we did that every day. My uncle really stayed on me to just keep going. I remember just being young, and my uncle just always like, God, we just doing sit-ups all day. After we boxed, we just always had me doing sit-ups. I'm like, damn, bro, I just did like 1,000 sit-ups. And he just always just kept it. And then when I started getting older, my uncle would wake me up before school, and we run Lynn Beach. And we always, I would wake up 5 in the morning, go run. I couldn't even finish the run. I was a young kid, so I'm out there. They're gone. They're over at Tides. I'm still at Lynn Beach. And I'm walking, and I'm stopping, and I'm running. We're in the sand, too. The sand was heavy.
Oh, my God.
And we're running in the sand? Yeah, we running in the sand, so... And then I got to the point where I started keeping up. And then it was like that for a long time. Fast forward, my uncle left and went to the military. So I was by myself. So I just remembered when he come back, like
I'm gonna show him. I'm gonna show him.
When he come back, so when he came back, it was like I'm TNT now. That's like it's on. Right?
Yeah, that's dope. So again, we have our TNT. It's not an obvious nickname, but I'm pretty sure we can figure it out. But tell us and the audience where the TNT nickname came from.
So.
Boom, nigga.
Nah, so I'm sorry, I hit the mic. So when you're in the amateurs, you got headgear on and you got big puffy gloves. When you're in, they want to make sure everybody's safe. Young kids safe, of course. Right? My first fight, my dad missed it because when you first started out in the amateurs, it's hard to get your first fight because a lot of kids might have 10 fights. And you got no fights, so they don't want to match you. Yeah. So I remember my dad always taking me to shows. They'll be like, they call smokers. They just random fights that happen in gyms, like underground, like Rocky stuff, underground. Gotcha. So they call smokers. So my dad would take me with the team, Rivera Brothers Boxing. I never would get matched up. Everybody get matched up, but I wouldn't get matched up. I didn't have any fights at the time. The older kids, Ron Ellis, Rashidi Ellis' older brother.
Shout out.
He would fight. Bunch of other guys that came from that gym, good fighters. So I never would get matched up at the time. So my dad stopped. He's like, "Kai, call me when you got a bout for real. Like I don't want to go all the way over there. You don't fight."
Yeah.
And I remember it was this kid named Kyrie Gray. I didn't want to say his name on it. But
bleep it if you want.
Yeah. Nah, his name's Kyrie Gray. And his trainer was trying to get him I don't know what it was. It was his 5th win. We were young, 12, 13, maybe 14. His 5th win to move on to Junior Olympic or a silver medal. I don't know what it was. But he needed that fight to qualify for this.
Yeah.
His fighter pulled out. So I was there. And I didn't bring nothing with me. All I brought with me, I just brought my mouthpiece. I always make sure I had my mouthpiece just in case I could throw somebody else's cup on and headgear on. I just want to have my mouthpiece. So they were asking my coach, "Yo, you got any fighters around 140 that could fight my kid?" His name was Kyrie. My name's Kyrie. So I was like, "Destin." You know what I mean? He was 4-0, 5-0. I was 0-0. I didn't have no fights.
Yeah.
So I remember I was scared. My dad wasn't there. My heart was racing. My heart was racing.
Into the lines then by yourself.
Yeah, and I remember Ron Ellis, Rashidi Ellis's brother, Akeem. He looked at me, and I never forget. He looked at me. He said, "You got to do it sometime." And when he said that, I was like, "It's on. Let's go."
Shit.
Yeah. So I ended up knocking Kyrie Gray out. Yo, I'm sorry, bro. But I ended up stopping him. I didn't say I knocked him out, but I stopped him in the first round. I think it was the first round. I can't even remember. It was a blur, bro.
Had to do it to him.
Yeah, bro. And I jumped on the ropes. I was an amateur. I jumped on the ropes and went like this, like I was Bernard Hopkins. It was an amateur fight. My friend, you don't do that in the amateur.
Dub to dub, bro.
Yeah, you don't do that in the amateur. So I jumped on there through an X up. My coach, Alex Rivera, "What the fuck was you doing? Yeah, like, but
excited.
But yeah, I was excited, bro. I was excited. But nah, Kyrie Gray, that's my man. No, I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, that was my first fight. So TNT came about so I had that fight. I stopped him. Then I was going into my second fight. I believe I stopped him. Then my third fight, I stopped another kid. And then when I started making my way up, I started fighting. I fought in this New England regionals up in Maine.
Okay.
This man, he might have been like some Puerto Rican kid. I hit him with a left hook, a right hand left hook. Boom. He was knocked out. And we got headgear on and big gloves, big puffy gloves.
Yeah.
He was knocked out. Went to the Golden Gloves, 2008 or 9. Knocked out everybody except like one guy. So my dad came like, yo, Kai, you got like TNT in your gloves. Like, you cracking, like you got TNT in your gloves. He's like, that's your name, TNT Todd.
That's hard, though.
And I'm like, nah, I ain't feeling it. I'm like, I ain't feeling it. I wanted to be executioner, like, but now I'm like, nah, I ain't feeling it. So then I started going to school. I would write TNT. I write TNT all day, write TNT. And then go back to the gym, tell my boys, yo, I'm TNT. They were like, what? So when we get to the fight, my man Christian Oliveira, shout out Christian, he would be the one chanting TNT. And then everybody would be on TNT.
Okay.
And then my mom be TNT. And then my dad,
dope,
and everybody
Yeah,
TNT.
organically, like,
yeah, bro. And then
that's dope.
And then, but yeah, it just came from my dad came up with it. I was knocking kids out in the amateurs with headgear on and big gloves, and he was like, "Yo, you got TNT in your gloves." I mean, TNT taught, and that's it. So,
Magic, man.
I just stuck with it. Yeah.
Right. I know. Usually we hear these stories where amateurs go like 100 amateur fights. 150. Do you have a number? How many amateur fights?
I don't got that many. I got like 31 amateur fights. So I had a lot of ups and downs with my career early. So I went to I did my whole amateur circuit at the beginning. I dislocated my shoulder in the national tournament.
Oh shit.
So when I dislocated my shoulder, it just put a pause on my amateur career. I would dabble with it. I'd be in and out. I fought 2 years before I got it surgery.
Oh
so
shit.
every time I would fight, my shoulder would pop out. So it started it got to the point where I would be sleeping like this and then jump in my sleep and my shoulder would pop out. Like it was like chronic.
Damn.
Bro. It was chronic. So I went to a sparring session up in New Hampshire one time, and I was sparring this kid, and it wasn't really like we were banging on each other. It was just control work. We were just working control. We were just helping each other. Yeah. And I threw something soft, bro. My shoulder popped out, and I'm like, yo, I'm done. Like I'm done. I ain't doing this no more, bro. I went to the hospital, and the doctor was like, you broke your shoulders, like the socket. The socket is broken. Like it's like it keeps popping out because it's not getting held.
Yeah.
So they ended up. I got surgery. Long story short, then I was out the game for a minute, and then fast forward. It took like a full year to recover.
Yeah, I bet.
So then fast forward, my other shoulder started feeling funny. So I'm like, I don't want it to get as bad as this one.
It'd be like a car, bro. Your body be like,
bro, for real. Once one off balance and the other one. Yeah.
No, for real, like the injuries and stuff.
So I started feeling funny with this shoulder. So I'm like, yo, I ain't trying to let it get bad. So I'm gonna be proactive and get on it now. So I went to the doctors and was like, yo, I need surgery. They were like, what do you mean you need surgery? I'm like, yo, I can tell it's funny. It don't feel right. So he's like, we can do something with it. Like, you could get it done if you want. So I had it not prematurely, but he could see that something was going on. He didn't want it to be like this.
Yeah.
So they gave me surgery that was less
invasive.
Yeah, than this one. And then I had my son. And once I had my son, I was like, yo, bro, I got to figure out how to get some money. Like,
yeah, of course.
I'm like, I'm going to go back to boxing.
Yeah.
So I went back to boxing. I went to the Golden Gloves, fought in Golden Gloves in Lowell. Went all the way to the finals. I got jerked, whatever. And then I went pro. I didn't even go pro right away. I wanted to go pro right away, but it's a tough way to go pro. Like, you don't really have people backing you with money, like I said.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to find my way, and then it finally happened. and I just hit the ground running with that, and didn't look back since. But then, I had a couple obstacles with that. But yeah.
So, when did you make your pro debut?
December 2016.
All right. So I look back at your early fights. Most of them were W's. Most of them were first round knockouts. I watched one, and I can't remember the kid's name. But literally, it might have been your first or second fight. Body shot goes down in the first round. And I always think of obviously you want to knock somebody out. Obviously you want to get done as quickly as possible, right? But when you get an early knockout, some of you be like, damn, I kind of wanted to fuck this dude up a little bit more. You know what I mean? I kind of wanted to
I wanted to go a little bit longer.
Because you train so hard. You train
for just
weeks,
a moment.
For 30 seconds of it's a good body shot though, by the way. 30 seconds of
Yeah.
Nah, for me, I just want to get it. I'm in and out like a bank robbery.
Fact.
You know what I mean? I don't want to spend any more time that I don't got to because anything could happen. You could try to play games because you think they're not ready. Yeah. Then they just so scared they throw something and you get wobbled and then you out. You know what I mean? Look at Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you don't want to play with it. So, I mean, I did. If they not meant to be there, get them out. If they meant to be there, they'll be in there. But if they not meant to be in there, get them out. That's how I look at it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we don't get paid, by the round. We just get paid. So if I got paid by the round, I would go all the rounds.
Yeah, he's like, shit, I got someone to beat, and you got 30 seconds to figure it out, buddy.
Yeah,
that's funny. Out of your early fights, do you have a favorite? It's hard to ask fighters their favorite fight. I mean, obviously, the ones you win.
Right. Yeah, nah. My favorite.
Or maybe you had a highlight reel in it, the knockout.
My debut was crazy. I hit the dude like Debo hit Red. He went in the air for real.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he went in the air for real. That might have been, that one was just so much, all the obstacles I went through.
Most satisfying,
all the obstacles I went through on just my journey on trying to get my, get to the pro, or just trying to make my pro debut. The obstacles I went through that nobody really know about. The shoulder surgeries, the ups and downs I went through. My debut was probably that one was a good one. Just like I said, just all the things. It just came together.
Especially the end on a knockout.
Yeah, everything came together, and I think when I hit him, I think everything just came out right there.
I was about to say, all that struggle came in that one punch.
Yeah, for real. It really was. And I believe just universe or whatever, but that's why he went in the air, because just everything came out, and he just, all the energy in my body just hit him, and he went in the air for real. I got pictures, his feet are in the air.
If you get me that, if you get me that picture, that will be the cover.
I'm gonna give you the picture.
Yeah, cover photo.
Yeah, I couldn't do that again if I wanted.
That spirit punch.
Some people be like, "Yo, you could do that." Yo, I can't do that again if I wanted, because it's just that feeling.
Right.
But other than the debut, and then the people that came, I had a lot of people that came that showed love for my city. That was important. Let my dad see me. You know what I mean? He didn't see my first amateur fight, but he saw my first day. That was good. But other than that one, I fought a dude from Philly. Vinci Dixon, a real veteran, and he made me really work. He wasn't a guy that got knocked out often. He wasn't a guy to come and lay down. He was a guy that he wasn't gonna try to push it. For me, at least, from what I've seen of him, he wasn't gonna try to knock you out or push it, but he wasn't gonna get knocked out, and he was gonna test you a little bit. And that's what, fighters in there. I had 6 fights. He probably had 40 fights.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Experience.
Yeah, so he wasn't. He didn't expect to come win.
Yeah.
But he was a sleeper. He'll get you. He stopped some 7-0 fighters.
Yeah.
Because they weren't ready. So you got to be on your toes with him, because if he catch you, he'll get you. But he made me work. He made me think. I couldn't knock him out like I was knocking out everybody else. I couldn't knock him out. He was tall. He was long. His arms were so long that when he hold his hands up, his whole forearm covered his whole body. It covered everything. So you couldn't hit nothing. And yeah, bro, that was a good fight that I really had to think, and I had to work, and I had to find openings, and I had to really put punches and combinations to try to even get an opening. But that was a good one. That was one of my favorite ones. He's a good dude too, from Philly, Vinci Dixon.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So your next fight, April 29th in sunny St. Petersburg, Florida. So you've been away from the ring for a couple of years. Oh. You want to speak on that? If you don't have to, if you don't want.
No. I was done with the sport, bro.
Really?
I was done. Yeah, I was done. I was done. I was doing some other things to try to get my my life on track other than boxing.
Yeah.
Those things didn't work out the way I wanted it to, and I was done with boxing, bro. But at the time, before coming into it, so I went to DC for Rashidi Ellis and his fight with Villa, but I went to the Tank versus Hector Garcia fight.
Yeah.
And my man D Young, he's on Instagram, an Instagram comedian, D Young Show. Shout out to my man D Young. He got a restaurant in Baltimore. If you're ever in Baltimore, 1137 Seafood. I've been knowing him for a few years now. We connected through social media, and we met up in D.C. He's from Baltimore, D.C. They're right there. So he went to the Tank fight, and when I was there, we just chopping it up. We finally met after a couple years at the Tank fight, and I was done boxing. I had no desire to box. I just went there to be a fan and just enjoy the fights. And plus, my man Rashidi Ellis is fighting. Of
course.
So I was just there just to show love and just enjoy the experience of boxing, just finally not fight.
Yeah.
When I tell you I was all the way out, I was out, bro. I was like 190 pounds, eating everything. Eating Spanish food. I was like 190. So then I always liked Tank's coach, Calvin Ford. And I always like, I just always liked how he moved. You know what I mean? There was something about him I always liked. So my man D Young from Baltimore, he's like, yo, it's Calvin right there. I'm a plug you to him. But we had these talks when I was active.
Yeah.
Like, yo, come out to Baltimore, come train. And I'm like, it wasn't the right timing.
Yeah.
I was like, no, it ain't the right time. I see Calvin in DC, and I just said, yo, coach, what up? I love you, though. Y'all represent for the underdogs. Like, he's like, that's us. That's us. And I'm like, right, like that. Like, he felt it. Like, like we are the underdogs. Like, no matter how much we're at the top, we didn't come from at the top. We came from the ground up.
Of course.
Right.
And that was it. I asked him for a flick. We took a picture. I didn't even tell him I boxed. I just was like a fan. Like, we just took a picture. My man D Young sees him. Like, yo, what up, Calvin? They from Baltimore. What up? You see my man? Oh, he boxed too. Calvin, look at me, because I just seen him in the lobby.
Yeah.
Yo, you didn't tell me you box. Yeah, I'm quiet. Yeah, man, I'm humble. I didn't really want to talk. What's your story? I started telling him, yo, man, I ain't ever get no help, bro. I've been doing everything by myself. I'm burnt out. For real? Let me holler at you, youngin'. You know what I mean? I said, Baltimore.
Yeah.
Come here, short. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Take my number. I said, yo, I've been trying to get at you for a minute, couple years. Look at my DMs. I DM'd you. He's like, damn, you have. I wonder why I ain't never seen. Take my number. You do what you do. That's how you talk, right?
Yeah.
You got to the plug. Don't worry about you. You got to the plug. Now do what you do.
Dope.
Okay.
So now he gave me his number. I'm like, damn, man, I've been trying to get at you for a minute, Cal. Like, you got to the plug. Now do it. Now I ain't got to say no more.
Yeah, put it away. You got here now.
Get his number. This is now Tank's about to fight the next day. I see him in the lobby like, I'm gonna come to the gym after the fight's over. He said, yeah, hit me in a week or two. I hit him up. He answered the phone. I'm like, damn. Like,
oh shit.
we start talking, and I tell him my story again. Tell him all the things I've been through and everything. I'm like, I'll see you in a week. He's like, you got to catch me while I'm here because I'm gonna be out in camp. Now this was going to camp for Ryan Garcia fight.
Okay.
He's like, catch me when you can. Like, you got to come. If I'm not here, I'm not here. But he told me you got until such and such. So I went out there. I was like 190, bro. Out of shape. Wasn't training. Wasn't doing nothing. I couldn't pass up the opportunity.
Right. You had to take it, yeah.
Yeah, so I went. First day I get there, he's like, what up? It wasn't the same energy, though. It wasn't like how he was at the spot. Like, it was more like, what? I'm like, damn, nigga, like, he ain't saying nothing to me.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling like, all right. So then he put me on. So I'm shadow boxing. I'm doing my thing. And I'm thinking he's gonna be like coming out to like, you know, I'm not saying he's gonna hold pads for me, but I'm thinking he's gonna tell me a routine to do, like put me through a workout so he can see me.
Yeah.
He has his nephew come do pads with me. So I'm like I ain't know his nephew, so I'm thinking like, damn, bro, like he passing me off to like other people, like he like he ain't messing with me. So I'm not feeling the way, but I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
And then, you know, long story short, his nephew ended up being a real good dude, like a real good dude. Like he's like, yo, you family now, and like he's showing love. He's showing a lot of love, and I'm on the pad. I'm cracking, bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
I'm hitting as hard as I could. I know Calvin there.
Yeah, so I can hear
I
you.
mean, I'm cracking, but it's still not my style of the pads because I'm not used to them yet. We just met.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing whatever, but I'm throwing everything heavy. So Calvin go, all right, youngin'. We know you got power, now let me see you move. Now I'm hitting the bag. I'm clunky as hell, bro. I'm 190. I can't even move. So he's like, yo, we gotta get your footwork right. He's like, yeah, you cracking though. I start, then they put me to spar. I did terrible, bro. First day I did terrible. I was sick. I went to my hotel. My man D Young clowning me in the car. Damn, nigga, what was that? like yo, what was that, bro? Like yo, he's like, yo, go home, bro, pack it up. And I'm in the car,
tight.
He's like, yo, for real, yo, I wouldn't even go back to the gym if I was you. Pack it up. He's telling me that, bro. I'm like, every time he said it, I'm like, So I get to the hotel. I'm telling everybody back, yo, I'm sick right now. I went to the gym. I did terrible. They're like, so go back to the gym. I'm like, yeah, I'm going back to the gym. Like I'm thinking like maybe I should pack it up. But you know the best thing that happened when I did terrible that day? Calvin wasn't there. He didn't see it.
Oh, for real?
It was like my man told me. So the next day I go back. I see Coach Kenny because Coach Kenny and Coach Calvin, they together.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, Coach Kenny, I want to box again, bro. Put me in the ring. Let's go. He's like, you want to box? I'm like, yo, put me with everybody, bro. I need to redeem myself.
Yeah.
So they put me in with a dude, but at the time, they did the right thing. They put me in with a guy at like 190. I'm 190 out of shape, unhealthy, unnatural.
Yeah.
This dude was more 190
cut, yeah.
natural. Like he was not cut, but he was just more. He's a bigger fighter.
Yeah.
He's a super middleweight.
Oh.
I'm not. I'm a welterweight. So I did terrible. Not that I was getting beat. I just did terrible, bro. It was just bad. And I'm keeping it real. A lot of people won't say this. I'm keeping it real, bro. I did terrible. Out of shape. Ain't fought in 2 years. I'm going to Baltimore trying to get right. Well, come on, bro.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
That's like me jumping into like a ball tournament right
bro.
now.
Yeah, bro. And then next day I said, yo, Coach Kenny, put me in. So he put me in with a dude like 160. Not seasoned, but he'll go.
Yeah.
And I think that let me showcase, even though I was out of shape, that let me showcase my potential that I could have when I'm in shape.
Right.
Yeah.
So Calvin was there though. Calvin, oh shit, yo, this,
Yeah.
and he's like that. He's animated, right? On both sides. If you getting hit, he's screaming. If you hit, he screams. So he show love in that way. So that boosts you up and that hypes you up. And then they were like, yo, this nigga technical, yo, they started calling me technician, and I'm like, nah, I ain't even I'm TNT, bro. I'm trying to lay shit down. So then I start throwing some uppercuts. They love uppercuts in Baltimore. Tank known for the uppercuts.
Yep.
So I'm throwing uppercuts. Oh shit, I didn't know it. So that's how their response is. And somebody yells out, yo, where he from? And Calvin go, that nigga from Baltimore, I just adopted him. He gave me that stamp, bro.
Word,
So when he gave me that stamp, it was on. But, yeah, so that was my experience there, though. And that was the spark that I needed that got me back in the gym, because before I went there, I was done. Like I told you, I didn't box for 2 years. I was doing some other things. I was heavy, out of shape, wasn't working out. I went there trying to spar, trying to run, trying to hit back. I was done, bro. And then after I left, he said, look, you do what you got to do. I do what I got to do. I said, yo, can you give me what I say? Do what you got to do. I got you. And I left. I said, you don't know what this means to me. I appreciate everything you did. Just let me come here. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? And he goes, you want to know how you appreciate it? He said, you want to know how you'll show me you appreciate it? You come back and you got your weight down.
shit.
Wait till he see me now. Yeah, I'm gonna see him tomorrow.
Oh, what you dropped down to?
I was 190, bro. I'm 165 right now.
Oh shit!
And I'm fighting at 156. So I got 10 more pounds to go until my fight. And I got about a week and I got about like 10 days.
Okay.
So I'll make it.
Word.
When he see me tomorrow or in a couple days, he gonna be like, "Yo, you listen." I mean, so that's
dope.
all. I just wanted to hold my end of the bargain. If he don't do what he got to do, that's fine. At least I didn't fumble the bag. You feel me?
Right. Facts. So April 29th, you're going to Florida. Do you have an opponent or?
I do. I don't even know dog name.
Don't matter, bro.
Yeah, I don't know his name. I know. I think it's Sergio, I believe. He's a Argentinian dude. Got a 50-50 record. I think he comes to fight, push it. As far as, you know what I mean, if you take him the whole thing, he'll go the whole thing. If you stop him, you stop him. Like I said, if he ain't meant to be there, you get him out. If he's meant to be there, he'll be there. So, yeah, that's who I got, the 29th.
All right, that's dope. All right. Another question I ask fighters and boxers. I want you to walk me through, this is fight day. This is April 29th. You wake up in the morning. What is the I'm assuming all these fights are at night, right? What, shocked you? The mic shocked you?
I keep hitting the
Oh,
mic.
no,
That's all good.
I'm assuming all these fights are at night or later in the afternoon. So what does your fight day look like?
So the first thing is the weigh-in. Once you get past the weigh-in, that's when it's like, all right, that's one stress off of you. Because you get to finally eat. You get to finally feel like yourself. You get to finally drink. So you feel a little bit like yourself. You feel more relaxed. Your body's more settled. So you just, now leading into fight day, for me, in my past, I wake up, I stretch. That's what I always try to do. That's like my routine in the morning. I'll just wake up, just stretch, try to get my mind off of it, feel loose, make my hips and my legs feel loose. And then I'll shadow box, and then, I'll lay back down, get back up, shadow box. And then you might try to, I don't want to eat heavy. I don't like really eating that much. I can eat like fruit and like water-based things
and stuff.
but I don't really like eating heavy foods, bro. So
Because we hear about these guys, you hit the weigh-in, and as soon as you off that scale, you stuff in your face, and you're
that's
15 pounds heavier than you were 6 hours ago.
Nah, for me, I can't do that. Like my stomach will shrink. My stomach shrinks.
Yeah.
So the same way I took it out, I gotta put it back in. So I start off with fluids. Like I'll eat a bunch of watermelon. I'll drink coconut water. I'll drink with some Himalayan salt in it.
Yeah.
Then I'll start to try to eat some pastas, but I go slow. I'll go slow. Basically, kind of similar to not really eating anything.
Yeah.
And then the next day, try to eat more and more and more to the fight. But yeah, have a light breakfast, maybe some scrambled eggs, some toast, some juice, whatever, but nothing crazy. And then you just eat fruit throughout the day. For me, at least, I eat fruit throughout the day. So I just try to fill up on fluids a lot. Try to get all the fluids back in my body so I'm not dehydrated. And then, probably lay down for a while.
And it's go time.
And then, go back. You know what I mean? They tell you a time. You got to go to the venue, and then it's on. You just, you prepare. By the time you get to the venue, it's like, no turning back now. Like, let's go. You know what I mean?
Gotta get on that ring.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you go into fights like having to do research on the other opponent and stuff like that, like watching tape or stuff like that, or is it usually
I try. Your mind play tricks on you. There's a saying that I learned from Alex Rivera and Norman Stone. Being out of shape makes a coward out of all of us. When you're not in shape, you start questioning yourself. Like, damn, am I ready? Did I throw enough punches? Did I do enough rounds in the heavy bag? Did I run that extra mile?
Right.
Did I cut corners? Stuff like that. So when being out of shape makes a coward out of all of us. So your mind will start playing tricks on you when you start watching tapes. You be like, damn, he looked faster than I thought. He looked faster than he looked last week. It's the same video, but your mind starts. So for me, I get crazy, bro. I watch a video. If it look funny, I'll get up, go run. I don't feel right.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. That just motivated the fuck out of me.
Nah, for real. I don't feel right. It just feel like I'll be up all night. Hold up, bro. I got
This motherfucker.
Yeah, it don't feel right. So, or you can't sleep. So, but once you start working out a lot and you start getting back into that rhythm, like for me, I'm in the rhythm now. It's like I sleep peaceful. Like I sleep like, all right, I'm ready.
It's another day in the office.
Yeah, like let's go.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'll let you, have your little April 29th. What's going to happen, TNT? What's going to happen on April 29th? What's going to happen, nigga?
Hey,
This is your
whatever.
time to talk your shit.
Nah, like I always do. I always go for a knockout. Like people say, I'm looking for the knockout.
Yeah.
Like I don't get paid by the round. I'm in and out like a bank robbery. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's all I'm on. Like, but if I has to go, I will go. If he wants to bang, I'll bang. If he wants to box, I could box. So however you want it, he can go out on his face, or we can go out on his back.
Here we go.
However you want it.
That's dope. Finish that quick, hit the
Yeah.
beach right after, right?
Yeah. Yo.
That's dope. Well, obviously, we couldn't wait to see this dub. Is this streamed anywhere? Does anybody see it?
Yeah, it will be streamed. I don't know the stream site off top, but I will get the stream.
Yep,
and I
when
will
we post it, we'll post the stream.
for sure.
We'll obviously be watching. And any other fight, especially if you have a local one, you already know. We will support you. We'll promote anything you need us to promote.
Sure.
Shit, if you want to get us some tickets and you might pull up.
Hey, I fight in June 26th as well at the Lowell Auditorium where the Golden Goes are held. So
There we go.
June 24th.
That's my son's birthday.
24th?
That's awesome.
My son's birthday.
I need a dove for my son's birthday.
Yeah, my son's
There
birthday
you
is
go.
June 30th. So you
Perfect.
Cancer?
All right.
I got you. I'm a Cancer.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm a Capricorn, but I don't really believe in that shit. It's whatever.
Nah, but look, tickets I can.
Oh yeah, we got you.
on
Man.
that, yeah.
Even if we'll help you sell it. We do whatever you want.
For sure.
All right. We've come to my favorite part of the show.
Yeah.
The DJ Bofka set of questions.
DJ
Bro, they've done it like 15 times before. Man. I'm not gonna lie to you. So when the episode comes out, there's effects and shit like hits out, man. There's horns, there's an instrumental, there's a bunch of shit. So the DJ Bofka set of questions is a simple game we play at the end of every episode. We ask you 2 questions. You pick either one or the other one. Pretty simple.
How many questions we got?
12.
Okay.
Like 12 rounds in a championship fight. Oh, actually, no, it's 15, isn't there?
Not 12.
All right. I thought it was 15.
In the 80s was 15.
Oh, they changed that shit? Soft.
In the 80s, it was 15.
Soft.
Muhammad Ali was out here fighting
Ali
15.
was a-
That's why he to go.
Actually, I was going to make a lead joke, but I'm not.
Don't say it.
I know. All right, first question is always the same.
Okay.
Jordan or LeBron?
Jordan.
Okay, let's go. Put him on the motherfucking Jordan side.
So we've had, this is episode, 60-something? We've had maybe 55 say Jordan, 5 or 6 say LeBron. Obviously, the younger people.
Yeah.
And our co-host who's not here picks LeBron.
LeBron's official, but he ain't Jordan.
He ain't Jordan. Trust me. We're going to have that episode eventually.
It's okay to
that Jordan
say it. They
gets
can both
LeBron.
be great. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So I was looking through your track record, and it looks like you fight at both of these places. So I'm going to ask you, Encore or Foxwoods?
Fight or just be there?
Whatever. However you want to answer the question. These questions are however you want to answer.
I like Foxwoods.
Okay.
It's like, that's where I started at. Like, it's a memory. It's a memory. Yeah, I mean.
So, last time I went to Foxwoods, I like to add my stories in here just for shits and giggles. I made the mistake. I was too cheap. I was like, I'm not going to get a hotel room. We'll just drive back. It was a concert.
Oh, yeah.
Bro. I'm almost didn't make it here to tell this goddamn story, bro.
Bro, that was
when I'm telling you like those little side things on the side of the road to wake you up, them shits are lifesavers, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm literally sitting there, and him and my cousin are like, "Yo, come on, bro, you got it." It's like fucking an hour and a half left. I'm just like, "Yeah, I got it."
I drove down that way. He was driving back.
Yeah, I drove back from New York.
I knew how
once and
tough
through
it was.
That
That
shit
shit
was
was
scary.
a drive, bro.
Crazy, bro. Lit driving from a concert. I'm like, "Yo, we got this."
Say, bro, you good? You good? He's like, yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
yeah. In my head, I'm like,
2
no,
seconds
bro. But we made it. We made it. All right. What's the next question? Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson?
That's a hard one.
This is a hard one.
But as in what, though?
Just
I go Ali.
I thought I would go Ali. It's hard for me to pick against Ali. So I've been to Louisville and I went to the museum. Amazing museum. If you've never been there.
Yeah, I want to go. I've never been.
Oh, it's amazing.
I almost went to his funeral. I almost went.
Jesus.
I almost just to sit outside and just be there.
Paid respect.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
dope. I have friends who went to the DMX shit.
Okay.
I was like, you got invited? He's like, nah, I was just outside. I was like, all right,
Just
cool.
fuck with Rough Riders. That.
He told me, he's like, bro.
I tried to go to the Nipsey Hussle funeral. They only let California residents go.
Oh, really?
Shit.
I was gonna go. Nipsey was my man.
That's what's up. A little foreshadowing. These questions are coming up. All right, next one. Because you're a Lynn guy, and I know you're cutting weight right now, and I'm sorry because this is a food question. Kennedy Fried Chicken or Típico?
Typical.
There you
All
go.
right, good answer.
Ooh, good answer.
Yeah.
Hey.
Wait. What nationality are you?
I'm black and white.
Because if you said Dominican, we would have fucking.
Would have fooled me.
Right? Yeah, but we would pick Típico too, obviously. Shit, ain't nothing better than.
So, what's typical though? Tech or
So I'm a Salem guy. I don't spend a lot of time in Lynn, but when I did, it would be the Tech one I went to.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because like I wasn't too familiar. That's the one like whoever I was with brought me to, or like when we used to go to, like the garden tournament when it would be rained out, we'd go to the Tech. You would go to Típico. That's the last time. Damn, that's the last time I went to
like
Típico.
Essex Street or?
Yeah. No, Essex Street is there's two different ones.
Oh, okay.
Salem. It's just crazy how we have so many
I think though
Dominicans.
Salem is closer to the Essex Street though, right there.
Salem one?
No, you said you're from Salem, so you
Yeah.
went to Tech, Typico?
Yeah, but like I never really eat in Lynn.
Nah, but the Essex Street Typico is closer to Salem than the Tech one.
Yeah. But I think I went down
feel
there
like
because I was either at the Gardens
Oh, I see
tournament or
what
I
you're
was
saying.
I was doing something.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, let's go grab food. The thing is, we're Dominicans, so we're like, oh, let's go grab Típico. I'm like, paying for food that I can get for free every single day.
Yeah, right,
It's kind of like, all right. Look at this rice and beans. I'm like, yeah, I've had that every meal since I was fucking 4 years old. Like, all right. You alluded to this before, so we pretty much know your answer. Kendrick Lamar or Nipsey Hussle?
Nipsey all day.
I figured.
Come on, man.
Okay.
Okay.
See, I'm not the guy gonna pretend like before he died I was a big fan, but
Hey,
obviously,
listen, not to cut you
Go
off.
ahead, go ahead.
I've been listening to Nipsey Hussle, and I got it on old Facebook posts since 2008.
Okay.
Oh, that's what's up.
So when
You've been repping
Nipsey
it
died,
Shit.
Yeah, you
I
felt
shed a
that.
tear, bro.
Hey,
I went to Crenshaw and Slauson. I went to his store when he was alive. I didn't go there when it was a tourist attraction, and now all the fans are there now because there's murals. There was no murals, bro. It was a war zone. And when I went, I hit up a big homie that's in that world. I said, yo, straight, if I pull up, he said, you got any problem, hit my line.
What's up?
And
You gotta be careful out in Cali,
Yeah,
bro.
he showed me love. So whether that would help or not, whatever. But those were the steps I did because it wasn't no safe spot to go. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, Nipsey was my man, bro. R.I.P.
Shout out Nip. Shout out Nip. All right, what's next? Childhood question: Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network?
Nickelodeon.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up.
I don't even know what shows are on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, I feel you though. Like I just didn't understand.
I don't even know nothing.
My
else.
co-host was your cousin. He's a Cartoon Network guy, and I was like, dude, like,
I mean, if it's anything, I'm kind of a
Nickelodeon
Cartoon
had
Network
all
guy
this.
too. But just because,
Cartoon
like,
Network?
yeah, just
You know
Adult
what?
Swim.
you know,
and,
honestly, that's what I was gonna say. I think more the anime people
Yeah.
were more Cartoon Network
Yeah, because
guys.
they had
I'm
like
not even going front. I
Tsunami.
learned how to speak English watching
Oh yeah,
Scooby Doo.
yeah.
You learn how to
DBZ and all that
speak?
stuff.
Yeah,
Hold on,
bro.
hold on.
Yo, I came to the U.S. not knowing any English, bro.
For real?
Yeah, deadass.
So you learned English by watching Scooby
Watching
Doo?
Scooby Doo and just all this shit. Like, yo, ask this nigga GQ.
What year? What year?
Shit. I was 6. 91. 97, 98 is when I moved.
Okay, 98, good year.
It was a good year. 99 was a good year too.
98 was like, I think 98, I know we're going off track.
How old are you guys?
31.
31.
Damn, you gonna make me say my age on camera, bro?
Yeah, you can block it.
35,
You can
35,
block it out.
35.
Don't be ashamed though. We made it.
Shit, yeah.
This long. You know what I'm saying?
Made it past 30. That's all that matters.
Thank God.
Listen, we out here still.
Yeah.
Listen, I forgot what I was gonna say. You got me off track with learning English from Scooby Doo. But I didn't know. You came from DR?
Yeah.
Santiago?
Yeah. No. Well, capital. I was born in the capital. So I basically didn't, like, I don't recall too much of the time ever since I kind of moved here. It just kind of
Yeah.
I mean, I came here to a fucking Super Nintendo, bro. Like, and a whole bunch of shit.
Oh, y'all
like,
had money then.
Nah, my mom just really spoiled the shit out of me growing up, bro.
Nigga, you know how long it took us to get a Super Nintendo in our house? Shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry. Next question. Where the fuck am I?
You asked me Kendrick or Nipsey?
Yeah, you said
Nipsey.
Where would you go, Audio? Nipsey. Where'd you go?
Nipsey.
But what Nipsey though? We talking victory lap Nipsey or we talking all Nipsey?
I was fucking with Nipsey since like what's that video?
Because a lot of people only know Nipsey because victory lap. Not saying you, dog.
No, I know what you're saying. But when that came out, I was bumping the whole year. But what's it called? What was that? Was that song French Montana had Wiz, Nipsey, Big Sean? It was like a video. I remember seeing it when I was young.
Yeah.
Ever since then.
But it wasn't Nipsey. Didn't he have a what was it? A $1,000 album or like a
Crenshaw mixtape? $100.
$100? And I heard that Hove bought like 10 of them shits.
Dope though. If you're putting your own worth to your own art.
Hey, bro, that was dope.
Guy was definitely
Why
like I said, I'm not gonna
why
sit
do we
here.
have to sell it for $10? Like,
Exactly.
I'm not gonna sit here and say like I was a fan before because I wasn't, but I definitely admired his hustle and admired like his shit. But I'm gonna pick Kendrick. Actually, I don't know. Kendrick gets too like
a little weird sometimes.
just a little like it's like all right, bro. We want to learn. I like the spiritual music, but I also want to bump some shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, but I digress. Next question: Red Sox or Yankees?
Really not a baseball fan. I wear all types of hats. But I do like the Yankees logo though.
Okay.
Same.
I do.
It
The
kind of
Yankees-
You know what's
the
crazy?
Yankees-
I wanted like I needed one of those, and I was like, I couldn't get myself to do it, so I got the choice.
Listen, I just bought my first Boston Red Sox hat like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
like,
was it?
like
The problem is that like when you grow up a Sox fan, like you can't put that hat on.
I couldn't.
Like
I was at
Oh,
Liz with
Yankee?
it like this.
I can't.
I just like the
physically-
logos, bro.
Oh, that's just clean.
I swapped
I'm a
it.
big Hove
Swapped it for the
fan.
Detroit.
Like, you know what I mean?
That navy blue
That's
with the white.
clean.
It's
One
so
of the cleanest hat in the game.
For sure.
Unfortunately, I can't wear it, and it does piss me off sometimes because I had some outfits like, "Yo, Yankee fitted would kill this
That's
shit
why
right
I
now."
have this hat.
The Detroit one, yeah, but I just
Swapped
like
it. I was about to put the
I got
can't.
that. The Fear of
even
God
into
one like
baseball.
that.
Oh, for real?
It's the same thing.
Yeah, I know
It's
exactly what you mean.
I'm not even into baseball. I can't. I
you can't,
couldn't.
like you,
I just
you
couldn't.
can't, like in your heart, like you can't.
I remember when I was little, I became a Yankee fan for like a week because my dad pissed me off. just to get back at him. I was like, oh, I'm a Yankee fan now. What? Like,
Nah, I really don't have a preference on the team, but
Yeah.
I like their hat
I feel
better.
it.
But the Boston hat is cool.
facts.
I feel it. All right, boxing question: Arturo Gatti or Mickey Ward?
Gotti.
I was a Gotti fan.
I was
Hey,
too.
When I
I
was young,
started boxing because of that fight.
Oh,
like that's
no.
the fight that really. My dad told me come downstairs, watch this fight. I came down. It was Mickey Ward versus Gotti 2. I watched that
definitely
fight.
seen that fight,
I probably watched all 3 of them. Probably no bullshit. Probably over 1,000 times each of them.
that's funny.
And I watched it
crazy.
every night. Every night, I wanted to punch like Gotti. I wanted to bang. I wanted to be in bro. I wanted to be cut up, bleeding.
Fucked with him because like he fought everybody.
And-
Like,
and
you know
I
what He never
remember-
ducked anybody. He never.
And I remember, this is a cool story, the full circle moment. I started watching those Gotti fights. I watched all of them. Him, Mickey, I watched all of them like I said, at least 1,000 each of them, all of them, every night. I watch them every single night. No bullshit. Every night. I even know like when the commentator's speaking what they're gonna say. Like I just know the script, bro.
That's nuts.
Yeah, like I mean, I could say it right now off the top. So I remember when I fought in the Golden Gloves, I fought one of Mickey Ward's fighters in the Golden Gloves, and I beat him. And I told him we went to the dressing room at the back. I said, I started boxing because of you. Like I really like started going. He, oh, thank you. Very humble, quiet. And then he just said thank you. And then I know his nephew Sean Eklund and stuff. And I see Mickey Ward at the he's always at the shows. He's always at the shows. Him and his brother. And I fought in the Melrose Memorial Hall. I fought there, and it was like probably the 3rd or 4th round. I'm coming back to the corner, and I just looked like some reason. I just looked like out of the ropes, like into the crowd.
yeah.
And there was Mickey Ward sitting there. He looked at me. He's like, and I was like, oh shit. I went from watching him, now he's watching me. And he might not even remember that, but I just remember like, oh shit. And it was like that full circle moment.
Word, that's dope. That's dope. And that actually reminds me of another question. So like, I've never played really in a big crowd. I'm sure you in basketball games. I know some basketball players when they're on the court, it's like tunnel vision. You don't hear.
Yeah, you don't.
When you're in a boxing ring, you don't even.
Nah, you don't hear anything. I hear my mom sometimes. My mom's got the loudest voice.
Yeah, she's still like,
yeah, I can hear her voice. You really don't hear anything.
like your
Just
coaches. You ever like?
Yeah, you hear your coaches though. You do. You definitely try to. It's kind of like, I don't know how to say it,
Selective hearing?
like a comfort. Like let me hear. Like I need to hear something. Like they'll say jab or move or you do hear something like that. You'll hear a random scream that some random person just screams. I hear my mother sometimes. Most of the time I do hear her. But yeah, for the most part,
You're locked in.
Yeah, you locked in. You don't really hear nothing.
That makes sense. When I'm playing like 2K and shit, I don't hear anybody in my house.
Even when you walk out,
Tunnel vision.
What's your,
just like,
I'm assuming Nipsey's track is your walkout song.
oh yeah, for sure. I come out with Victory Lap. Victory Lap's like my favorite. I'm gonna come out with Victory Lap in my next fight too. For sure.
That's what's up.
I came out to that one a couple times before he passed, after he passed, and then probably now I do it again.
That's dope. That's dope. What would you have a walkout song? What would your walkout song be?
Hate Me Now.
Puffy.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's a hard one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be. Yeah, I don't look a lot of you. That might be by it. Hate me now. I was gonna say, he's like, yeah, that sounds hard, bro.
That's hard.
Because when he started talking,
That's because our season has returned. Yeah. What about you, Afro Thunder?
I don't know. It'll probably be like some Busta Rhymes song or some shit.
That makes you would say some shit like that. Nigga said Busta Rhymes. Victory.
It'd have to be Victory then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably Victory. I bet you those three, like Victory and Hate Me Now, has to be the most popular walkout songs. Like, I don't know if you listen to anybody else's.
No, I think what's a popular is DMX.
Intro?
Yep.
Yeah. Dun, dun. Yeah. Oh, I just got chills in. Yeah, definitely. That might be mine. Nah, Hate Me Now is mine. Fuck that. All right, back to the questions. Because summer's coming up, nice weather's coming up, beach or swimming pools?
Swimming pool.
Me too. I'm definitely a big swimming pool guy. I don't like sand. I don't like sand. Oh, this motherfucker's a goddamn.
Well, what type of beach though? You talking Lim Beach?
No.
You talking Hawaii Beach?
Like a nice.
We're Dominican, so you know what beaches we talking about. Actually, we gotta book our shit now that we think about it.
Facts.
We go to DR like every year.
Damn, I need to go back to DR.
We'll talk after this.
Yeah,
We'll
we
talk
need to
after
talk.
this.
I'll be at the beach. I'm with a tropical beach, I'm not with the Lim Beach. The brown water.
I mean, Nahat's not bad. If you know.
It's a little cleaner.
Because some good scenery, if you know what I mean. But other than that, like, I ain't getting in that water. That's for sure. All right. Another food question. Sorry, man. I know. Mexican food or Chinese food?
Mexican.
Okay, yeah. Listen, I went to Cancun twice and like fell in love with Mexico. I don't know what it is, but like I just
I
want to
love
go
them
back.
birria tacos or whatever.
Yeah.
They call
The ones you dip?
Yup.
Listen,
Stop it.
man. Listen, come on.
Listen, bro. I went to Asia. I went to Southeast Asia, and I still, for whatever reason, after eating all that delicious ass food in Southeast Asia, kind of like Mexican food.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. Just the Mexican street food got me. Got a hold on me.
Something about Chinese just has a hold of me, man. I'll go like 6 months like 6 to 8 months, and then I'll have someone will convince me like, come on, all right, I'll have one plate, and from then on, I mean, yeah, it's probably you. I'm usually eating Chinese food for the next month or so. I was actually arguing with my girl today. I was like, yo, enough of this Chinese food, enough of this Taco Bell. You're pissing me off. I'm getting fat. Stop that shit. Sorry. I went to a little personal thing. My bad. Right. Pretty much know the answer to this one, but I could not ask this. Mayweather or Pacquiao?
Floyd for sure.
Definitely. Yeah, I would.
Pacquiao's cool. I was gonna say that
I
Pacquiao's
fuck
cool,
with Pacquiao, but I used to chill with a bunch of Filipinos too. That was just, and they all used to like.
Oh, they fuck with me. Like they ride for that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yo, it was nuts when it was Mayweather versus. I was like, nah, Mayweather.
Nah, Pac is cool.
Yeah,
I
Pac's
do,
cool,
I
for
do,
sure.
I do like him. But
I heard he's gonna fight again though. I'm like, bro, I don't like. Well, like, come on, man. I understand.
I think he's doing a tag team.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
I think he's doing a
what?
tag team versus Floyd and KSI.
What? How the fuck
You could
does
do that?
work?
I never
See,
seen it.
this
This
is
gonna
what-
tag him in.
It's starting to
some
get
shit?
silly, bro. Yeah.
It's starting to get a little
I think
like,
they're
come
both
on, bro.
in at the same time.
No.
nah.
It's gonna be like some
I
like
think
WWE that we've always envisioned.
Yeah, it's gonna be an exhibition. Floyd obviously is gonna start out with Pacquiao. They're gonna do whatever they're gonna do. They're gonna touch her. They're not gonna hit each other like crazy.
Right.
Nah, they're not. And then they're gonna tag in KSI, the other dude. Then they probably gonna swap and get to KSI fight Pacquiao. It's gonna be a swap.
Yeah.
It's gonna be entertainment. It
check.
ain't nothing crazy.
All
They're gonna
right.
probably get 10 million.
Yeah, Mayweather, nice little check.
Jeez.
Direct deposit, thank you.
Yeah.
Little finesse.
Oh, that's not funny. And last but not least,
Make it a good one. Come on, man.
a lot of pressure, man. These are pre-written. Sincere Link guy, English or classical?
Dogs, man. I'm a bulldog.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wait, actually, no. Hold on a second. Wait. I'm sorry. I'm still kind of high. Nah, that's fucked up. I actually graduated from classical.
Did you?
Yeah.
I think he was excited. He's like,
Yeah,
okay,
I'm sorry.
bulldog.
Yeah.
He said, let's go.
No, well, so the thing is, I went to North Shore Tech, and they were Bulldogs. So like in my head, it just kind of like didn't click for a second.
Yeah, I feel.
I remember
Yeah.
Tech, we used to play in like scrimmages because they're like division like 15. We'd fucking beat them by like 40.
Yeah, but
Then English games were Salem English games were good basketball wise, but I mean nothing was better than Salem classical game. Them shits were like, we needed like extra cops, extra security. We had to get walked to the bus and shit.
Yeah.
Like it was nuts. I don't know how it is now, but all right. Shout out. At this point in the show, we just shout out whoever you want. Shout out Vibe Entertainment. Shout out
Vibe.
Nerd Gods. Shout out.
Shout out 806.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Shout out everybody from the city.
Hey.
The Gorillas, the Highlands, you know.
Shout out you for coming.
Absolutely.
Blessing us.
Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate
Harold,
it.
you want to shout out any fucking...
Nah, I ain't got nobody to shout out. I mean,
nigga.
I
got no friends, bro. I don't care about nobody.
Shout out Vibe, you know. Shout out 806 and shit.
Appreciate
you
it.
know.
Shout out you, Harold, for substituting today.
You know, I'm always on the couch, just standby.
Yeah, he really is.
He's ready.
Yo, no.
Shout out the guys working behind the scenes.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
For sure.
Hey,
Shout out,
y'all
for
don't
sure.
get many shout outs here, man. Appreciate that. I shout y'all out. Y'all do a lot of good work.
Shout out.
What other shout outs? Shout out. Speaking of Chinese food, Hongas in Salem.
Yo, I can sign that wall.
We need a fucking
I
marker.
need a fucking
We need a
pen.
marker.
I need to sign that wall.
Shit. If not, I will bring you the goddamn. We'll get something. We'll take a picture after this, anyways.
Get you in there.
All right.
Shout out Young Soldier Success Group.
Absolutely. April 29th.
Yeah.
We're going to see this man get a dub.
Let's get
We're
it.
going to have the streaming information up when we post it.
Hell yeah.
Sure.
The other fight was, you said June 24th. Can't forget that.
Yep, Lowell Auditorium.
Low.
Down and Dirty, Reyes Boxing. I'll be on that card. Yeah, shout out Reyes Boxing as well.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man, June 24th, Lowell Auditorium.
Early. Kyrie TNT Todd, thank you for stopping by. Boom. Co-host REG, co-host for the day, Harold. I'm your boy Melly Mel. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.
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 Good.
806 The Show is a proud member of the Vibe Entertainment family, so make sure you follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, as well as Facebook and the Gram. Leave us some comments, hit us with some likes, show us some love. You already know. It's 806 The Show.
806 The Show, you heard? Take that. 806 The Show.